Good morning, listeners, and welcome to the Trade Talk podcast. Today, if we go through with Asian markets, then there we are seeing mixed gains and losses. However, if we see the US markets, then there we saw huge amount of volatility on the back of specific jobs data which will come today in the evening, and uh, that will actually help in determining the size of a Federal Reserve rate cut in September. In a session of several twists and turns, the S&P 500 finished lower. Yes, there was like some recovery towards the end, but on and all, the markets were down. That's despite a rally in handful of big tech companies. Nvidia closed in the positive territory after very long time. Treasury yields fell slightly. They were around 3.80, now at 3.75. Uh, with traders, if we go, I'm to say the betting on the rate cut, then they are pricing in over 100 basis points in Fed easing this year, which implies a potential supersized reduction. Given Powell's commentary, recent emphasis on labor market, there could be the possibility of cutting 25 basis to 50 basis points in this month. So broadly, uh, the markets are waiting for the specific announcement on the path of the rate cut cycle, which will come on 18th of September. So till then, we are going to see some range bound activity, but at the same time, today's jobs data will decide a lot of uh, about how actually the Fed will go for cutting the interest rate. For our markets, there was hardly any major change. The market opened little higher as compared to its previous close. From there, all the way again, it came back to the levels of 25,150, and finally, we saw the markets were closing around the same. Today, if we see the market is breaking the level of 25,000, then the possibilities of hitting 24,800 or 24,600 would turn bright in next few days. As the overall trend is very strong and it is also depending on the news flow, we are of the view that till the markets are not closing below 25,000, we are going to see range bound sort of activity with a bullish bias. But if we see the markets are closing below the towards the closing, if they are like sustaining below the mark of 25,000, then the possibilities of hitting further lows would turn bright. So 25,000 should be the final stop loss for holding any long position. If we see any strong reversal after hitting the levels of 25,000, then it will have positive implications. For the Bank Nifty, again, the overall trend is completely lackluster. It is not going anywhere. 51,800 and on the downside 51,200 going to act as major resistance and support for the Bank Nifty. On the dismissal of 51,800, we can see further move towards 52,200 levels. On the other side, on the dismissal of 51,200, the Bank Nifty can fall back to the levels of 50,900, 900 or even 700. So again, there is like completely range bound sort of activity that we can see in today's date with a little bit bearish bias. Apart from this, if we go through with other indices, then metal stocks showed some recovery from lower levels. However, we need to see that whether they performs in today's data or not. Technology and pharma companies to do well, that's the overall view, and accordingly like we can trade in this market. We like HCL Tech, we like TCS, Infosys from the technology basket, and from the pharma basket we like Natco. Based on technical formation, we like Biocon, as well as few FMCG companies like Dabur, Marico and Hindustan Liver should do well. That's all from my side for the day. With this, I'm ending today's morning podcast. Thank you very much for listening me and have a great day to all of you.